Hey everybody, Josh Sigurdson of World Alternative Media here, and of course we're joined by author and economic analyst here at WAM, John Sneisen. And imagine, if you will, 20 million people exiting from the United States. It would be a massive hit to the population. Obviously, it would be something that a lot of people would be panicking about. And obviously there'd be a reason why so many people would be leaving. Well, right now, in Puerto Rico, the population has drained 400,000 people since 2013. That is an insane drop in the population of an island with 3.4 million people living on it. That is an incredible loss, and we're just going to go into the reason why this has happened. We have reported on Puerto Rico in the recent past, and I think it would be important to explain why this happens to a society. Obviously, when there's massive amounts of central planning, when there's massive amounts of debt, when there's massive amounts of poverty, when there's massive amount of regulations, taxes, this is bound to happen. All the most creative people, all the most innovative people leave. Then you lose innovation, and then it continues to fall like a domino effect. John, can you go into this?
Yeah, well, the government got too big in Puerto Rico. It got bloated. It actually increased, the debt increased almost 100% over the last 10 years, from 39.5 billion in 2006 up to 74 plus billion. Of course, they're bankrupt there. Now, what happened when those people leave, you got to remember, a lot of them are probably high income people. They're, the business owners, the highly productive people that got paid the most. They're out of the country. So, of course, on top of being in a massive debt that they racked up, all that taxable income that they would have gotten from those people are evaporating, and the government is just completely collapsing in on itself because it became completely unsustainable.
But a large part of that is because of the taxable income. They're stealing people's money left and right, and
less theftable income.
Yeah, less theftable income. Absolutely. Well, I think it was just important to kind of quickly go into the problems of Puerto Rico, because we reported on it recently, and obviously there is a massive debt in Puerto Rico.
Well, they're bankrupt, right? So we reported on it last summer, about a year from now. We said that they were bankrupt. Then, of course, just a couple of months ago, they declared finally their bankruptcy.
Yeah. Well, they're heading towards bankruptcy. They haven't literally come out and said we declare bankruptcy, but they are seen to be ready to do that in a short while, because anyone with a brain that looks at the mathematics there, they know it's bankrupt.
Yeah, of course they are. It's like Greece. Well, actually, any big modern country today have so much unsustainable government debt that most governments are officially, unofficially bankrupt.
Absolutely.
When you look at it.
Totally insolvent.
In order to actually get to a point where you could pay down that debt, they might have to raise the income tax or taxes in general
on
to 90%, maybe. So that's the only way out, and I don't think people will go with that. You will have a massive riot as people. When you tax them 90%, you would have to give them food back, but you can't do it because you have to pay down the debt. So it means that it wouldn't work.
And then you turn into Venezuela, because obviously print currency, and then tax people, regulate, and eventually everything gets so heavy. There's so much government, there's so much weight that the people are stuck holding up that eventually it crushes them underneath.
Well, we are printing currency. Like Canada is running a deficit. Most Western countries today are running heavy deficits because they believe that deficit spending will create value out into the economy and then increase the income and production of the private sector, but it's not happening. The more money they spend, the less output it actually gives you. So we're just heading to a point where there's so many countries that are ending up like Puerto Rico, where the people that are smart and that have the money and power to actually be able to get out of there. Of course, there might be smart people left there, but a lot of them might be disenfranchised and not being able to.
Well, let's be clear. Like the smart, intelligent, innovative people that have left are pretty well off to begin with, though not so well off living or staying there. There's obviously, we're not going to say that all the people that are still there are stupid. Obviously, the people that are there, most of them that are still there, friends, family, and money. They have a hard time just packing up and moving away. And it's really unfortunate, because then it becomes a bit of a taxation debt prison, in a sense, where people are just stuck, in this just draining society like a mosquito sitting on your neck as you sleep all night and just filling up and up and up.
It's more like a tick.
More like a tick, and then you get Lyme disease in your brain, and then it just gets worse from there. But I mean, it's just so important to go into why this happened. So thanks, John, for going into this, and we will continue to update you in Puerto Rico for those that are watching from there.
Something just came to me. Lyme disease is Keynesianism.
Oh yeah, and eventually you lose your ability to move because you can become paralyzed with Lyme disease. Okay, I think we're reaching a little far. Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. Check the links below. GoFundMe, Patreon. We can't do it without you. Any donation is very much appreciated, especially as we are so vastly demonetized and censored by YouTube. Also, check our Bitcoin address in the description and the comments, as well as on the screen for you to scan, if you please. And also check our link to the Red Pill Expo, which takes place June 23rd to 24th in Bozeman, Montana, where you can see people like Robert Kiyosaki, G. Edward Griffin, Richard Gage, Lord Monckton, James Corbett, Jeff Berwick, Ty Bollinger, Mike Adams, Cynthia McKinney, John Rappaport, Joel Salatin, and the list goes on and on and on. We hope to see you there. But until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson and John Sneisen signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change.